Welcome to the MOTO Freak Channel. Greetings to all viewers, subscribers, supporters. So to the point. The GM 2.8-liter V6 turbo engine, primarily known by codes like LP9, Z28net, A28net, B284, or LAU, is part of GM's high-feature V6, HFV6 engine family. It's a relatively advanced engine that was a collaborative effort with input from Holden, Australia, Cadillac, and Saab. It was designed to offer strong performance in a V6 package with the added benefit of forced induction. Review and opinions. Owners and enthusiasts of vehicles equipped with the 2.8-liter V6 turbo generally praise its smooth power delivery and strong torque throughout the RPM range. It offers a more refined and potent driving experience compared to naturally aspirated V6s of similar displacement, making cars feel quick and responsive. It was particularly well regarded in Saab applications for providing a good balance of performance and luxury. However, opinions on its long-term reliability can be mixed, with some common issues being noted. Like many turbocharged engines, it requires diligent maintenance. Some users mention a surging and lulling feeling under light throttle, and some report issues with turbo lag, not being entirely absent, though it's generally well controlled. Advantages: strong performance. With power outputs typically ranging from 250 horsepower to over 300 horsepower and significant torque, it provides excellent acceleration and a sporty feel, especially in lighter vehicles. Refinement. As a V6, it's inherently smoother than a four-cylinder engine. Features like a 60-degree V-angle, a refined timing chain, and attention to NVH, noise, vibration, harshness contribute to a quiet and smooth operation. Broad torque band. The turbocharger helps deliver peak torque at relatively low RPMs and maintain it across a wide range, leading to good drivability and reduced need for constant downshifting. Compact design. Being a 60-degree V6, it's a relatively compact engine for its displacement and cylinder count, aiding in packaging. Disadvantages. Complexity. The combination of a V6, turbocharger, direct injection, in some later versions like LAU, and variable valve timing means more complex systems, potentially leading to higher repair costs when issues arise. Heat management. Turbocharged V6 engines can generate a lot of heat, which can stress plastic and rubber components in the engine bay over time, leading to leaks or failures. Some users specifically mention issues related to heat. Fuel economy. Relative to four-cylinder turbos, while better than larger in a V8s, its fuel consumption is generally higher than smaller four-cylinder turbo engines with similar power output. Some reviews note it was only marginally competitive in terms of fuel economy compared to what it offered in performance for its price. Maintenance demands. The turbocharger and other advanced components demand strict adherence to maintenance schedules, particularly oil quality and change intervals. Parts availability. For Saab applications with Saab no longer in production, obtaining certain specific parts for these engines and Saab vehicles can be more challenging and expensive over time. Faults and breakdowns. Several common issues have been reported with the GM 2.8-liter V6 turbo, particularly in its primary applications Saab, Cadillac, Opel. Timing chain issues. While it uses a timing chain, generally preferred over a belt, some owners have reported issues with timing chain stretch or tensioner problems, which can be an expensive repair. Neglected oil changes are often cited as a contributing factor. Ignition coils and spark plugs. These engines can be hard on ignition coils, leading to misfires. Spark plugs also need to be replaced on schedule, and using the correct type is crucial. Cooling system leaks. Plastic components in the cooling system, such as coolant pipes, sometimes referred to as crack pipe, thermostat housings, and expansion tanks, can become brittle and crack due to heat cycling, leading to coolant leaks. Turbocharger issues. While designed for durability, turbochargers can fail, especially if the engine oil is not maintained properly. Symptoms include loss of power, unusual noises, whistling, grinding, and excessive smoke. Oil leaks. Various seals and gaskets can degrade over time, leading to oil leaks, particularly around the valve covers or oil cooler. Fuel consumption. Fuel consumption for the 2.8-liter V6 turbo varies by vehicle and tuning, but it generally offers performance-oriented fuel economy. For example, in a Saab 9-3 Turbo X, drivers reported mixed city and highway consumption often in the range of 10 to 12 liters per 100 kilometers, around 19 to 23 miles per gallon, with some achieving lower figures on pure highway drives, around 7 to 8 liters per 100 kilometers or 29 to 33 miles per gallon. In heavier vehicles like the Cadillac SRX, it might be lower, around 16 to 20 miles per gallon combined. Timing. The GM 2.8-liter V6 turbo, part of the HFV6 family, uses a timing chain system. This system consists of multiple chains that connect the crankshaft to the camshafts. While timing chains are designed to last the life of the engine, issues with chain stretch or tensioner work can occur, particularly if oil changes are neglected or incorrect oil is used. Addressing timing chain issues is typically a complex and costly repair. Oil type, and change interval. Oil type. GM specifies Dexo's approved full synthetic oil for this engine. Common viscosities recommended are 5W, 30, or 5W, 40, particularly for higher performance or turbocharged applications. Always refer to your specific vehicle's owner's manual for the exact Dexo specification, e.g., Dexo's 2 for European applications, or Dexo's 1 Gen 2 and 3 for North American applications, and viscosity, as it's crucial for the longevity of the turbocharger and to prevent issues like LSPI, low-speed pre-ignition. Change interval. GM vehicles equipped with this engine typically have an oil life monitoring (OLM) system. This system dynamically determines the oil change interval based on driving conditions and engine operation. The OLM can recommend intervals ranging from 3,000 miles under severe conditions to up to 10,000 to 15,000 miles under ideal conditions. Many owners and mechanics strongly recommend more frequent oil changes, often every 5,000 to 7,500 miles, especially given the engine's turbocharged nature and known sensitivities to oil quality. Regular checking of the oil level is also vital. Versions and history. The 2.8-liter V6 turbo engine is a key member of GM's high-feature V6, HFV6, engine family, which was developed collaboratively by GM's global engineering teams, including Holden, Australia, Cadillac, and Saab. LP9, Z28net, a 28net B284. This was the initial turbocharged version of the 2.8-liter V6, appearing around 2005 to 2006. It was produced in various power outputs ranging from around 227 horsepower, 169 kilowatts, to 280 horsepower, 206 kilowatts, and later 300 horsepower, 224 kilowatts. It featured a sand mold cast block, forged steel crankshaft, and a twin-scroll turbocharger, though often referred to simply as turbo. LAU. This code often refers to a slightly revised or higher output version of the LP9, used in later applications like the Cadillac SRX and Saab 9-4X, typically making around 300 horsepower, 224 kilowatts. The engine's development reflected GM's push for more powerful and efficient engines through forced induction, moving away from larger displacement, naturally aspirated engines. Its production involved manufacturing at Holden's Fisherman's Bend engine factory in Australia, with GM Powertrain Sweden, formerly Saab Automobile Powertrain, being responsible for turbocharging. In which cars mounted? The GM 2.8-liter V6 turbo engine was primarily found in Saab 9-3 Aero and Turbo X, highly popular in these performance-oriented variants. Saab 9-5, in its second generation, NG 9-5. Saab 9-4X, a short-lived crossover. Cadillac SRX, in its second generation, particularly the early turbo variants. Cadillac BLS, in certain global markets. Opel and Vauxhall. Opel and Vauxhall Vectra OPC and VXR, high-performance versions. Opel and Vauxhall Insignia V6 and OPC and VXR, in various power levels, including the top-tier performance models, Opel and Vauxhall Signum, and some higher trim versions. Its presence was strongest in European and niche North American performance markets. As GM's portfolio and engine strategies evolved, especially after divesting Saab and Opel, the 2.8-liter V6 turbo's applications became more limited, eventually being superseded by newer four-cylinder turbo engines or larger V6S and V8S for different segments. Thank you for watching the video, and I invite you to subscribe to the MOTO Freak channel. Greetings to everyone, and see you in the next episode. See you soon.